So we got some news of The Last of Us Part 2. You know, the very game that the critics stated was a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Well, let's see how that masterpiece is holding up. Oh, yeah, that doesn't look too good now, does it? Well, here's what I have to say. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have it better tomorrow. So The Last of Us Part 2 is failing in sales. It is dropping off. It seems that stores can't get rid of it. There's just so much of it that they cannot get rid of it. People don't want this trash fire of a game, and understandably so. And to think these critics are sitting over here, they were standing by this game. They were just all like, "Oh, it's stunning and brave," trying to give it 10 out of 10s, saying it's the best game ever, all this stuff. Yeah, well, if it was, well then you would think it'd be selling. It'd be selling like hotcakes. But no. It's just rotting on shelves. People don't want a terrible trash fire game. And it's funny to see that it's now at a $40 price tag. The Last of Us Part 2 on sale for all-time low, $40. Soini's Super Hot sequel could be yours for $20 off the original price. The thing that gets me right there is Super Hot sequel. Oh, no, it's not a Super Hot sequel. And the best part is that the Puritans, they're freaking out over this. They're just questioning, why isn't it selling? So over at Reset Era, they actually have an entire post about this. Breath of the Wild 2017 is outselling The Last of Us 2 2020 in 2020. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because Breath of the Wild's actually a fantastic game. Maybe it's actually because it's really, really good. I'm just saying. But it's so funny that they've even locked up this entire post. See, not open for further replies. But people are freaking out over this. Even with digital not taking into account, the 2017 action-adventure Zelda game originally set for release in 2015 sold better than 2020's own highly anticipated narrative-driven sequel to the game that sold nearly 20 million copies of the new IP. They're totally surprised that people would want to actually have fun rather than have an agenda-driven, terrible, depressing game to play. And mind you, Reset Era is a trash site. Trash entirely. To think these are the people who have a grip over the game industry. Isn't that insane to think about? So, of course, they were just freaking out over this. They couldn't believe that Breath of the Wild was selling more than The Last of Us Part 2. Here's this one post right here. Yeah, but one isn't outselling the other because it's better, lol. That's just dumb fanboy talk. They're both great games, but one is for kids and, well, the other isn't. Well, what about Grand Theft Auto? Grand Theft Auto, it's not even a kid's game, and, well, it sells exceedingly well, so they can't make the argument that, well, one's for kids. Yeah, no, it's because Breath of the Wild is actually a great game, as to where Last of Us Part 2 is a terrible game. It's trash. Nobody likes The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, that game is horrible. And I got to give a shout out to BlacksHD. He's really awesome. And I got to say, if you haven't followed him, you definitely should. So, BlacksHD stated this: glad to see the gaming community making the right decisions for once. And as you can see right here, look at the shelf. Look at the shelf of games. Just a whole entire shelf of The Last of Us Part 2. People don't want this game. People do not want it. People are not buying it. It's just rotting on shelves. And see, this is the thing. When you look at it, everything that happened with, Naughty Dog and with Neil Cuckman, this resulted in having this occur. They ruined a franchise. Neil Cuckman had to make it agenda-driven and just make the story just absolute trash, especially when you have pro golfer Abby running around. People don't like this game. And, here was another tweet. Now, this was really good. The empty shelves is where Ghost of Tsushima is supposed to be. The public has spoken. And just look at that, though. Look at all of that. All of that is Last of Us Part 2. Now, of course, when it comes to everything that had been going on, in the world, the pandemic and everything, of course, there was a shortage of Ghost of Tsushima copies because, Last of Us Part 2 had their copies prepared before all of this. But, this goes to show you what a trash game is. Because people don't want it. People are avoiding it. They're not buying it. If people like this game, well, this wouldn't be happening. People would be, taking them and just buying them. I mean, I've seen it to where multiple times where games have been completely sold out on the first day. I've seen that happen multiple times. This game itself may have sold well in the beginning, in which it did, but that was on launch, and it's not holding up. Now, going to VG charts right now, we're going to look at the sells of everything that's going on in games. What is the top selling games in the charts in August in the US? So, taking a look at them, this is going to be a very interesting look, because you look at it. Madden NFL 21, UFC 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Ghost of Tsushima, Animal Crossing. Look at a lot of the Nintendo stuff up here. I mean, this is crazy. There's a lot of Nintendo stuff. But then if you look at the number 11 spot, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. See, Breath of the Wild is selling more. A game that has been around for 3 years is selling better than a game that just recently came out. This is what you get, Neil Cuckman and Naughty Dog. But hey, let's take a look at PlayStation. I mean, after all, it is exclusive to PlayStation, so it's only fair to take a look. So, Madden NFL 21 and Fall Guys top the PlayStation Store downloads charts in August 2020 sales. So, how is it going for those sales back in August? Oh, what is this? Oh, man, I don't see it in the top 20. Oh, what's going on here? Madden NFL 21, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Ghost of Tsushima, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, UFC 4, PGA Tour 2K21, Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh, look at that, Grand Theft Auto right there. NBA 2K20, Cuphead. Oh, well, what is this? I don't see Last of Us Part 2 on here. Because it's trash. Because it is a dumpster fire of a game. And of course it's not on here. People don't like this game. This really shows that people don't like this game. And then, you had a bunch of the critics. They were all going around, like IGN saying The Last of Us Part 2 review, the best of us. Yeah, the best of us, huh? Yeah, so much for that, because it's not even in the top 20 on PlayStation either. And, masterpiece, 10 out of 10. All of these game journalists, they're nothing but a joke. 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I mean, seriously, nothing but a joke. And, this is exactly why people don't take game journalists seriously, because of stuff like this. They're not game journalists. They're a bunch of activists. And, if this game was actually as good as these game journalists say it was, then you would imagine that it would be top of the charts in sales, or at least be in the top 10. But, if anything, this tells you what gamers really think. This tells you what they are really interested in, because they're not into trash like The Last of Us Part 2. And here's the thing about it. Neil Cuckman's getting exactly what he deserves. And also, I bet you there will never be a Last of Us Part 3. I mean, he has destroyed this franchise. This game ruined the entire franchise. And that's the thing. When you look at these critics and their reviews, stating that Last of Us Part 2 was a masterpiece, 10 out of 10, stunning and brave. Well, they didn't age very well, as you can clearly see. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here. And make sure you were still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word to get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.